Hey guys, so I'm back, and I recently turned 24. Kind of feels crazy that I'm getting into the mid-20s already. Something that I knew in my early 20s was that this decade was going to fly by faster than my teens would. And sure enough, I'm 4 years in and it is going fast. But anyways, I've been starting to think about 2026. It's a new year and, everyone's starting to think about all the things that they want to achieve in the future. And, in past years, I've kind of set pretty big, lofty goals for myself. And, to some extent, I did deliver on those goals. But each year, I never fully accomplished my goals. I would get close, accomplish maybe a few here and there. But at the end of the day, I think I just kind of started out the year overcomplicating things for myself. There's this beautiful Taoist story that I think is kind of perfect for a new year. The story is Empty Your Cup. A scholar, a man of great intellect and many degrees, traveled a long distance to visit a wise master. The scholar wanted to learn the secrets of the way, but as soon as they sat down, he began talking. He spoke at length about his own theories, the books he had read, and his many opinions on philosophy. The master listened patiently, and then suggested they have some tea. The master began to pour the tea into the scholar's cup. He filled it to the brim, but then he kept pouring. The tea began to spill over the edge, flooding the saucer, running onto the table, and eventually dripping onto the scholar's robes. "Stop!" the scholar cried out, jumping back. "The cup is full. No more will go in." The master stopped pouring and looked at him calmly. "Like this cup," he said, "you are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you the way unless you first empty your cup?" Now that story kind of really spoke to me and put into perspective why I might be getting in my own way with my past New Year's resolutions. Before the year even begins, I set all of these lofty goals for myself and things that, I want to add into my life. And what I'm really doing is just overflowing my cup. A new year means a new you, and that means taking things out first. Making space to allow yourself to grow in the ways that you want to. Now, what does that look like? Instead of grinding super hard in the new year, maybe that means taking a couple more days for yourself. Or maybe that means finding some time during the day to get some peace of mind. A little bit of quiet time to reflect and think about the goals and the future you want for yourself. Ironically, and this is what I love so much about Taoism, is the more you pull back, the more you start to relax and chill out, the more the world starts to open up to you, and the more opportunities you start to see. And because, you're not starting the year balancing all these new super intense hobbies and, goals for yourself, your cup isn't going to be overflowing when you do finally find the time, the motivation, and just the flow, to get those projects off the ground and get those goals that you want to achieve done. So yeah, I think this year I'm going to try and get out of my own way, go at my own pace, really create that space for myself and, try and show myself a little more kindness. Because, it can be really easy to be hard on yourself, especially with these New Year's resolutions. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to say. Thank you guys for listening to the end of the video, and I hope you see you next time.